Now it comes to our second speaker, Minkai Wu. He will be presenting Deliver the Killer Demo Your Product Deserves. Minkai, who happens to be my Toastmaster classmate at that time, has over 10 years experience in IT and data analytics. He is a manager at Capital One. He joined Toastmaster in 2013 and is currently a member and a mentor of Texas Dragon Toastmaster Club. He competed in 2019 Toastmaster International Speech Contest and won first place at the club and area contest, and third place at the division contest. He's also an instructor for data analytics and has coached over 200 professionals and college students. Minkai is very proficient in product demonstrations. Today, he's going to show us how to deliver effective product demos. Minkai, take it away.
Oh, hello, everyone. Today, I'd like to present you a project management tool called Trello. This is how Trello looks like. On this page, we can create a new project board by clicking the Create New Board button. Let's name it whatever, Demo. This is how the board looks like. On this page, we can create some list, such like A, B, C, and within each list, you can add a card. Yeah, let's say 1, 2, 3. Oh, by the way, you can create some special card, such like the timeline, calendar, or the map. Let's say I'm going to create a map. I click the map button. Wait, that's weird. Why it says 14-day free trial? I'm sorry, guys. I think something's wrong here. I got call my buddy real quick. Hey, dude! I'm in a demo right now. The map doesn't work. What the? Fix this right now. Oh, you're fired. DFWCIA members and guests, what do you think about my demo earlier? Did you learn much about Trello at all? Was I enthusiastic about the product? Was I prepared when something went wrong? Probably not. Let me ask you a different set of questions. Did you ever working days and nights on a product just to be ruined by a disaster product demo? Raise your hand. Do you think your work is undervalued because you cannot deliver or communicate the value of the product effectively? Do you wish to present like Steve Jobs? Well, I don't know about Steve Jobs, but I can assure you by the end of this presentation, you get to learn how to turn a disaster demo into a successful one. Product demo can sometimes decide the destiny of a product. Either you deliver a killer demo or the product is getting killed. So what is your choice? As a developer, my choice is to develop the product demo just like how we develop products in 4 phases: requirement, development, testing, and implementation. Let me take you through each phase. Do you develop a product without knowing the users in mind? I hope not. Similarly, the first thing we should know is the audience. I recommend this 3W framework. Who is the audience? Why they're interested? What do they want to know? Take Trello, for example. If you present to a group of project managers, you can see something like this. Trello does 100% of what Microsoft Project does, and only with half of the cost. And they'll be like, that sounds awesome. Tell me more about it. If you present to a group of software engineers this time, you can say something like, with Trello, you can do Kanban board, Scrum board, backlog, however you want. And they'll be like, that's cool, man. What are we waiting for? Let's start. When you know your audience, you can customize the language, which leads to my next point, customize the content. Not only you can customize language, as I just mentioned, you could also customize the look and feel of the product by using real cases. This was the UI I just showed you earlier about Trello. Does it make much sense to you? Maybe not. How about this one? If I tell you this is the real board we used for the DCI communication workshop, do you now see what I mean by the list, by a story? The takeaway here is, even if you give demos for the same product, do customize the content for different audiences. Do you release a product without testing? I hope not. And similarly, we should test everything before going to present. If it's a physical meeting, make sure you test the display and internet connection to the minimum. Believe me, you don't want to find out the TV doesn't work the last minute before the presentation. What happened to me? If it's a virtual meeting, not only make sure you turn on the video, but also make sure you have sufficient light on your face. Because 55% of the communication is nonverbal. If people can't see you clearly or can't see you at all, more than half of the communication is already lost. Additionally, position yourself right. You don't want people to see you like this, which I tried earlier, or like this, kind of hiding, or using your gestures. As you can see, the only thing those gestures do is to damage your personal image. Unfortunately, no matter how much we prepare, according to Murphy's Law, anything can go wrong, will go wrong. You must have experience like this. The product works perfectly during testing, but every time you go to present, something was broken. If the live demo doesn't work, please do not call your buddy like I did. More importantly, please do not go into debugging in the middle of the presentation. I know that was very tempting. But instead, always have a plan B. Take some video sharing, take some screenshots, or you can easily say, I'll follow up with a live demo next time. There are other 3 things you should really do for the testing phase. Practice, practice, and practice. Ask Steve Jobs, the secret of product presentation. He said, I practiced. If you think his presentation was so natural, his facial expressions, his humor, and gestures, and the language was so natural, that's only because he and his team designed every detail and practiced not 2 times, not 20 times, but 200 times. Make it look casual. If you still think, hey, but I'm not a native speaker, no matter how much I practice, my English is still broken. My solution to that, write everything down and remember. As Chinese, we've been practicing reciting since 3 years old, right? So we can do that. During your practice, you want to practice with at least 2 audiences. One knows the product well, and one doesn't know the product at all. So you can receive feedback from different perspectives. Even if you have to practice by yourself, like Grace mentioned, speak out loud, full energy. It was real. How I build my confidence, that's how Warren Buffett built the confidence, and that's how you can build your confidence. Here comes the final presentation. You are excited, but a little bit nervous, which is totally okay because Steve Jobs felt the same way. But the moment you go up to the stage, you log on to that Zoom meeting, you've got show your enthusiasm, show your passion about the product because it is the best product. Throughout the presentation, you are going to keep the engagement high by doing something I call spice it up. There are many different techniques, such like adding amusement, adding humor. Remember a time Steve Jobs was pulling MacBook Air from an envelope? It was magical. Remember another time Steve Jobs said, hey, I was sitting in this cafe using my iPad, and this girl was totally tricking me out. See the spices here? Another technique that all the great presenters use is telling stories. A story that audience all can relate to. A story that has the bad guys, the problem, and the superheroes tackles the problem and save the world. Now I'm going to present you Cello again, but this time I'm going to tell you a story about Julia, who is the president of DFW Chinese IT Association. Julia and her team love to serve the community and organize events. But the planning part was so overwhelming. Until one day, Julia found out Trello, a web-based project management tool that makes project planning easy and fun. Let me show you how Trello helped Julia and the team with the event planning. Let's say today, the officers are having the first planning meeting for the communication workshop. Julia logged on to Trello, use her existing Google account. She created a project board called communication workshop. Then the team decided they should have 3 different work streams: logistics, maybe registration, and maybe promotion. The team first decided they need to find a place, right? So Julia, go ahead and create a task, which is a story called find a location for the workshop. You add this card, and meantime, assign this task to the best member of the team, Minkai, and also assign a due date by end of next week. At the same time, Frank suggests, hey, we should bring some refreshments to the workshop. So Julia add another card called refreshments. And specifically, the team decided to bring a couple things. Julia creates a checklist and add water, maybe snacks, and even a pie to honor the Pie Day. Actually, the team loves the pie idea so much that they wanted to create a cover for that story. So it was searching for some photos for pie, and let's pick this image as the cover. Looks awesome, right? And similarly, Julia assigned a due date for the next weekend, and I assigned the task to Frank. A week later, the team meets again, and not surprisingly, by the time, Minkai has already made a reservation at David's library. So Julia opens up that card. She creates a label, call it down, and add this label into that card. On the other side, Frank also took care of all the refreshments. So Julia checks off water, snacks, pie. The planning goes on, and because the team was able to plan everything ahead, the workshop went smoothly and successfully. So this is Trello, a project management tool that makes project management easy and fun. What do you think my demo this time? Do I know the audience, aka you? Did I customize the content? Was I prepared? Can you relate to Julia's story? And I hope you were entertained a little bit, see my spice throughout the presentation. To conclude, software engineers, data scientists, business analysts, no matter who you are, by going through the requirements, development, testing, and implementation phases, we can deliver the best-in-class product. And so can we, and must can we also deliver the best-in-class demo. Back to you, Frank.
Thank you, Minkai. You certainly set the bar high. I do a lot of demos as well, but I'm not sure if I can practice 200 times for one presentation. I will try 20 next time, which I probably only do 2 right now.